asleep. Welcome to your life, it's time you lived it. There is so much more of you to be. You were planted in a field of dreams. Now you're hidden there beneath the ice and snow. But nothing is as desperate as it seems. My spring is calling you to life, to thrive and grow. It's time to grow. Nothing is as desperate as it seems. My spring is calling you to life, to thrive and grow. Welcome to your place, no one can fill it. I've saved a spot that's just for you. Welcome to my heart, yes, you've been in it. There is so much more. 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 There is so much more of me for you. There is so much more. 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 There is so much more of me for you.
That was my friend Kim Richmond on saxophone, and he is the founder of the Kim Richmond Jazz Orchestra, and he's like 3-time Grammy-nominated guy, and he did the arrangements for my CD Rising, and which is just a little mini jazz piece with orchestrations, and wow. So I love. You seen a robin this morning? That's so cool. I love his playing. That song is called the Welcome Song, and from time to time I have given out that song as a gift. I wrote it for Terry one time on Periscope was it like 2 years ago? I sat outside and we were talking about trauma and hidden trauma and what happens in people's lives. And so it was Terry's birthday that day. And I was doing a bossa because that's what I do when I'm playing my guitar. I don't know, I am just little Julie Lavender from Bakersfield. I am not Latin, but I'll tell you, the bossa thing just um, gets me every time I am just into bossas. I just find myself writing in 6/8 and writing in this thing. And I love light drumming with some brushes and so on and so forth. And so there comes, I started to play Happy Birthday, check it to you, bossa, 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 bossa. And then all of a sudden, I thought about how people with hidden trauma need to be welcomed into the safety of the world. The world doesn't feel like a safe place for people with hidden trauma. Well, with drama or hidden trauma, but sometimes the hidden trauma, the things you're not aware of, trauma that originates from what you weren't given. Trauma comes out of the stuff that happened to you. There's really bad, shocking memories, sometimes repressed. Hidden trauma is the stuff that you just never get, and you don't know that you need it, but it leaves a big empty space inside the soul. And so either way, you find yourself not really alive, not fully come to life. And part of what God does is he calls us, is all oxen free, come on out. And now more than ever, oh, we got a team doing a text thread right now. Now more than ever, we kind of have to call each other out. Ollie oxen free, come out of the woodwork. Let's regather. Let's take off the mouth burkas. Let's show ourselves. Let's be present. Let's be in the same room. Let's lay hands. Let's touch. Let's hug. Let's share this fabulous thing called herd immunity that is already a thing. So this song is kind of like a calling to life right now. And I have to tell you, each day when I wake up, pursuing fear-free living, I have to waken up again and go, come on, Julie, come out. Come out of the foxhole. Come out of whatever thing. It's interesting. I go to sleep at night and I kind of go, yay, we got another one in. Sometimes I just like to sleep through. I just want to sleep through as many days as I can until the earth is turned right side up again. Do you know what I mean? It's like, can you just wake me up? It's like the Jewish American princess pregnancy and delivery. Have you heard of that? The Jewish American princess delivery of the baby is put me to sleep at the sign of the first contraction and wake me up when the hairdresser arrives. And that's how I feel. Like, put me asleep, the contractions are happening, I'm not liking it, and wake me up when the hairdresser arrives, okay? That's the diva delivery. And I have a little bit of a diva side, I'm not going to lie. And so this song is kind of coaxing me out again. So I'll play it for you guys at the end, and that'll give it some extra meaning. So welcome to you folks at YouTube. I can't see your chat. I just want you to know. But YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, DLive, CloutHub, Facebook. You're all there. I know thousands and thousands. Are just attached to the next word that tumbles out of my mouth. So I'll try to make them good. But in any event, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're sharing this. And Hélène Rousseau is here. Hélène, guess where we're going tomorrow? We're heading toward you because we got business, and we're going to be there soon. So you and I can hook up and see each other. I hope soon. Anyway, wow. Okay, what a week. So actually, that's a little bit of housekeeping right now. Is that tomorrow I'm going to be traveling tomorrow through Friday. God has expanded our territory, and we are moving in. We're getting a footprint in a whole other state, and so we are going tomorrow to get things sorted and all of the legalities of that, and kind of get our bearings and take care of that, and then we'll be back. So I don't know what broadcasting will look like. I may just grab my phone and walk to the beach or something. So that would mean, therefore, that I won't be on the other platforms, except for Periscope if I'm just doing a little thing like that. I do have Navi Live on my phone, and that could if I figure out get that moving again, I can commingle my broadcasts. But in any event, so there's some housekeeping, and so here we are. Welcome to the world. Welcome to the present reality of being awake when I really just want to sleep through it. This is the trauma of Sleeping Beauty. And I guess it's time to talk about her because I kind of want to just go back to sleep. You know the famous story of Sleeping Beauty? That she's hidden away because there's somebody trying to take her out. In the Disney version, an occultic figure is not allowed to witness the birth of this beautiful princess Aurora. And the other little fairies come and they bless her. And a very ticked off entity comes in and says, hey, I wasn't invited to the party, so I'm going to curse this princess character. And at the age of 16, she's going to prick her finger on a spinning wheel, and she's going to be gone. And then, of course, the fairies get together and go, well, that's not good. Maybe we can modify this curse. And they basically say she's going to go into a deep sleep. And they put her away. They hide her away. And she's hidden, and I think by these cute little fairy things for a few years. But yeah, of course, at 16, she sees a spinning wheel. And she gets attracted to it. And she pricks her finger. And so she falls into a deep sleep. And the whole kingdom falls into a deep sleep, even to the point where thorns grow up around and all the people, so that she won't be alone, like waking up hundreds of years later, by herself with nobody in her life. The spell puts everybody around her to sleep, and she is then the whole castle is encrusted in these thorns that grow all around it, and inside beautiful Sleeping Beauty sleeps. And it's not until I don't know if they called him charming or not, but the prince comes and he has to hack his way through the thorns, and he finds her and he kisses her awake, and she wakes up and the whole world wakes up, and they come. Well, I don't look that good when I'm asleep, so I can't really do the Princess Aurora thing, laying there, in all her glory. No halitosis, in Disney. And but I do get what it's like to have come against forces and to have things happen to you that put you to sleep, that take you out of the game. Or if the enemy can't kill you, he'll so numb you and so close you off emotionally, and get you completely kind of comatose in a sense, so that you're not present. And it's amazing how much of the kingdom around you is frozen when you're in that state, that hyperbolic almost state. And some of us have felt that. Some of us have had those wounds from childhood that just put us to sleep. For many of us, it is that hidden trauma thing where no one was there saying, come on, I welcome you. There was no one leaning into mommy's tummy and speaking and singing and praying. There were absentee parents that never said, I see you, and I see value in you, and I give you a safe place to come to life. So many people just never do. There's kind of a soul sleeper thing that can happen where sometimes people just never really show up. They never really come to life. And I had a combination of certain things where I just kind of numbed out. And I was we've talked about this, or I've talked about it and kind of share with you this story. I've always been sort of a flamboyant, kind of a person who likes to explore, and I don't inherently dislike risk at all. In fact, I like it more and more as I grow, and so I never hated it. I like change. I like all those things. So I had this outer side, but inside, I was like, I'm staying asleep. No one's touching this part. We're not getting here. This part, you can have this part out here, but you can't have this part in here. And it affected my creative life. It began to shut down my songwriting, and then it adds to stage fright when you're shut down internally because you don't even know yourself. When you're so shut down internally, you live an external life. This is what people with hidden trauma do. People with hidden trauma are really good at looking at all the things around them that other people have and do, and deciding, if I have what they have and do what they do, then somehow I will become vibrant, I will become enlivened, I will become full, because people with hidden trauma are soul sleepers and hidden places that hide and don't really fully come out and are not deeply aware in a good way of their own feelings and preferences and desires and what kind of lights their light. That's sort of a distant reality. And so people who are soul sleepers, who have the Sleeping Beauty syndrome, are kind of waiting, very passive in some ways, waiting for God to come and just get us and make it better, or waiting for me, it was like I expected a specific kind of Prince Charming to come and change my life and validate me. And on the outside, I was also good at seeing what pleased the people around me and what seemed to work for other people. The problem is when you have that soul sleep and when you have that hidden trauma, you can get what other people get and you can do what other people do, but you still have this kind of inner place where you're not full, you're not really alive, you're not really awakened, you're not really in possession of awareness of yourself, your body, your desires, your needs. You just have a kind of generalized angst. Why don't I fit in? Why do they have something? Why? It feels like you've got a pane of glass and you're pressing your nose against the glass and you can't get to the other side of that. Am I speaking to any of you today? Are you guys getting what I'm saying? Are you drinking what I'm pouring? Hello, Greg. By the way, Greg, I'm going to be in your neighborhood for a whole month. Anyways, I was there, dead to myself, free. And so, yay. Drink what I'm pouring, smoke what I'm lighting, listen to what I'm saying, receive what I'm giving. Okay? And so this is the thing that happens with the soul sleeper. And guys, I got to tell you, the Lord comes and he invites us to awaken. And as we become aware of that soul sleep element, I believe he's always drawing, he's always reaching, but there's part of us that has to decide to wake up. It's a really interesting thing. There's part of the soul. See, Sleeping Beauty is kind of really just passive in her thing. She just lays there and this dishy guy comes and kisses her on the lips and it's all better. And that's how I wanted it. I wanted it to be that way. But in real life, there is a part of us that has to choose to say yes. Even like when they're working with, cool, excellent, drink the tea with me, yes. Even in dealing with multiples and alters, apparently, I'm not an expert, I just have heard a few stories. When someone's engaging with a fractured personality, there's actually a conversation where there's agency, and that person is able to choose, yes, I want to receive. I give myself opportunity to receive healing. I want to coalesce with it and become a person and not a fragmented person. There's actually a choice involved. And one of the things that yes, we do choose what we link up to. One of the things that that I like about Praying Medic's 3 Steps to Emotional Healing is because it really helped me lock in that when you say, here's my pain, I give it to you, take it from me, I receive. Just like Kat Kerr goes, loose something from your soul and bind something else to your soul. It's a legal act. It's literally giving legal possession of your pain, of your trauma to God and going, as opposed to the prayer that goes, oh, make me feel better. Oh, God, I just want to feel better. Oh, rescue me, Lord. Take this away. They're a little bit different than actually saying, I am legally choosing to give possession of something in an act before the court of heaven or whichever place we're at, and giving it away and saying, I choose. And it's very, very powerful. It's a huge thing. It's a powerful thing. And so in the soul sleeper thing, we Sleeping Beauties, men and women, we have a choice. we get offered the opportunity through God's love, sort of warming the atmosphere and sort of the blanket of God and the introduction of God. But we have this choice. Very often, I heard it even said that someone with altars, they will uh, receive Christ as their sort of parent person inside. Yeah, I want Jesus. But then there's an invitation to these different slices of the soul and saying, do you want Jesus too? I just find that really fascinating. And I don't understand it. I don't have a theology for it. But something inside me goes, yeah, the parts of you that bow, the parts of you that are attached, the parts of you, God is giving this ollie ollie oxen free. Come on out. Come on out. You want to come out? Here. In one powerful experience I had with healing, the Lord showed me that I had a purple palace. And it was a place I went to hide. And it was associated with some really unhealthy attachments I had to some women friends that I was so looking for my identity as a woman. Bless her heart, my mom didn't know how to give that to me, although she's just a gorgeous, amazing person. And so I was looking for an identity like, she looks like, maybe she has something I need. Maybe that person has it, or maybe that woman has it, and I want to attach or watch or copy or be jealous of, all these things. And the Lord was healing me of an unhealthy attachment, and He showed me my purple palace. And He showed me that I had a place that I regressed into. And it was like I could see a door, go in, take an elevator down to this space. And inside, I sensed that there was a lot of velvet, very soft, dark lighting, kind of depressed. This is where you go, oh, well, I'm so unworthy, and I don't know if I'm not enough, and I can't be enough. And it has this strange, like you like it thing about it. Like you go there and rehearse these ideas about yourself and what happened to you, what you aren't, and what you wish you were, and where you hide and say, nobody understands me. But it has this strange appeal to it. It has a really creepy kind of, I don't know what about this self-torture thing, but I'm kind of liking it. It's weird. And the Lord said, you got it all decorated and everything in there. And He said, you're going to have to give that place up. I was like, really? Because I hid there. Because it was familiar, and I could go into that thinking, into that stronghold, and into some interior in my life. And He said, you're going to have to give that one up. And I don't remember the exact thing, but the Holy Spirit walked me through the process where I said, okay, Lord, I'm going to come up out of my purple palace, and I renounced it, and I closed the door. I gave Him the key, and He said, we got to blow it up now so you can never go back. And I said yes, and I remember knowing that Jesus had literally, like what we say, the deep underground military bases we hear so much about. I think I had a deep underground military base, my purple palace, and it was blown up, and it was closed, so I couldn't go back there again. I had to make that choice. And this is part of what we do in trauma, is make the choice not to go back into the dumps, into the deep underground military bases where we are safe and dark, and we rehearse what's happened to us, and we hide and we want to sleep. And I'm finding that right now, given the current setting of what's happening, I kind of want my purple palace back. I kind of just want to go back to sleep. I literally want to wake up at the first contraction. I mean, put me to sleep at the first contraction and wake me up when the hairdresser arrives. I mean, literally. Wake me up when 45 is back. Wake me up when the all-seeing people are in handcuffs, and I believe all that's going to happen. But the tendency of some of us is to just want to not, hey, welcome to the world. Let's be present. Let's be loving. Let's be reaching out. It's kind of my fear response has always been an internalized one. A deer in the headlights response where I go, oh, all of a sudden I'm not present. I'm in shock. I'm kind of standing there. And I might be able to function externally, but internally, I am withdrawing. And I'm going into places that people can't find me. And I think right now, it's really important for us to coax each other out as an overcoming strategy, as a fear-free strategy. To make the choice again, Lord, I'm not going to sleep through this. I'm not going to sleep through this process. I'm going to stay present. I mean, I have some coping things where I think under the current condition, I'm not doing media. I mean, no mainstream nonsense. Very few, and I'm kind of got my voices, and I kind of got my things, and I am sleeping more than I normally do, or trying to. But so I think there are some self-care things that we can do at this time. But as a strategy for fear-free living, the point is to be accessible and present for the sunlight, for the welcome to the world, for the welcome to what God has for us in this season, and calling other people out. Yesterday, my husband and I put 53 miles on our car, driving to connect with people that I was calling out, stopping off and saying, hi, here's who I am. This is what I'm doing. Want to connect? Want to come out? Come out. Ollie, Ollie, Oxenfree. And so these are the things that we need to choose to do to have those connections. Remember, Greg, I told you when you were languishing there that at that point, I don't know where you're at now, it was going to be important for you to go out with that neighbor, have a connection outside, to have somebody that you had that in person with, you had that outside the soul, because the soul can reverberate its own stuff so easily. And then having that person show up and being with others. This is why we're having home fellowship. This is why we're inviting people over to dinner. This is why I'm making myself do hard things. And I just want you to know that right now, be aware that under the pressures of external anxiety, it's going to be easy to want to just go to sleep, to just withdraw in, just to let the thorns grow up all around you and say, never mind. I'm dissociating, I'm pulling back, I'm going to hide, I'm going to be in my space. But Jesus is inviting us. The Lord is always inviting us. Can I get that part now? Can I pull you out there? Can I tease that thing out of you? Pull you into the light, pull you into functionality and connection with others, pull you into my presence. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Where he's pulling you and you want to go, no, 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 it's a tug of war. You want to leave me where I am. No, no, no. And you're like, no, he's like pulling you forward to be talking more honestly, to be sharing more honestly, to be more present, to be more vulnerable, and to let him sort of sort through the things that shut you down. Even today, the voices and things that are shutting us down, making us want to run for the hills. That's a thing. That's a thing. That is a coping mechanism, right? People who are depressed get very sleepy. I think that's because there's part of us that just wants, like I said, wake me up when it's over. I don't want to be alert. I don't want to be present. I don't want to be sentient. I just want to be okay. I just want to remember the way things were. I don't think we're ever going back to the way things were, but I think we're writing some new history, this is all messy, and I'm not sure yet what's happening with that. But once the color got on there, I thought, there's hope. There's hope. I was so stuck. And that's right. If the sun sets you free, you're free indeed. Absolutely. I just love all the different ways he does it. I love all the intricacies. I love how he's in with us. In this, you can even see it in the painting. He's in with us in all these intricacies of the soul. He's so invested in these parts of us that are like little stories, little facets, little ideas, little thoughts. And the people that are really kind of touching me a lot right now are one friend who has just a most wonderful conversational thing with God all day long. She'll talk and they have this little, thing going, and he'll say things. And when people are saying, the Lord said, da, 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 I have had those seasons with God, but right now, I'm not having a lot of that. I'm just trying to learn to be awake enough, present enough. I gotta get the Salmonex out of my thinking, my spiritual life, to stay present enough so that he can meet me and we can engage welcome to the world. This is what we're doing. This is where we are. We don't want to sleep through it, right? Well, I kind of do. But we want to stay with him in faith. And one of the things that I like that Johnny Enlow said so much was that those of us who are standing on the prophetic word and saying, Lord, I believe you. I believe what you said about 45. I believe what you said about the earth and about justice and about the turning and what you're doing in the United States of a miracle. I believe what you said, and I don't really care what anybody else said. I believe you. One of the things he said a couple of months ago was that we had touched God's heart like very few people could. Because what does it do to a father when something's being withheld and your child says, I trust you, Daddy. I know you what you said, and I believe your word, and I believe your character and how you do things, and I believe in your goodness, and I believe what you've shown me, and I believe prophetically, and I can see based on also what is in your Bible. I really do believe you. And I don't care how many other detractors disagree. I believe in you. What an incredible way to touch his heart. And I'm looking forward to that, because you think, well, what can you give the guy who has everything? Like everything, literally. A soul, an awake soul that loves and receives communion. So I'm going to play the welcome song for you again. And let's kind of dig it and on purpose open ourselves up to come into life this week under these circumstances with this weather. Here it's like cold and gloomy. Now I know where you are, Greg. I'm going to be down there. And whatever circumstances are, let's come to life. This is the welcome song, and it's for people who need to be called forth, and it's the Holy Spirit speaking, not me. It's the Holy Spirit speaking to you. So let's have a musical moment.
Welcome to the world, I'm glad you're in it. Time for you to wake up from your sleep. Welcome to your life, it's time you lived it. There is so much more of you to be. You were planted in a field of dreams. Now you're hidden there beneath the ice and snow. for you. There is so much more. 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 There is so much more of me for you.
See what can happen when you have a little hidden trauma? A song can come out of it. A welcome to the world. You've been planted in a field of dreams. Now you're buried or hidden there beneath the ice and snow. That's what it feels like right now. The dark winter. But nothing is as desperate as it seems. His love, His spring is calling us to life, to thrive and grow. That's where we're headed. That's what we're doing. Stay awake. Stay present. Stay loving and giving. And that really is a strategy against fear, because fear numbs you out, puts you to sleep, sends you into another room, fragments you off. Let God call you forward, and you have to give Him permission. Yes, Lord. Ooh, that's my purple palace where I hide and I'm afraid and I'm traumatized. Yes, you can have my purple palace. Even one time He was healing a part of me, and He came down and got me, but I had surrendered. Yes, come. Get me. I'll go with you. It's pretty cool, pretty amazing. All right, you guys, go do something that scares you. Like, stay awake. Stay in the fight. Stay present. I'll see you, I don't know, at some point this week. I'm going to be doing